Hi, welcome to Excellent Education. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about font formatting and alignment tools. In the last video, we had discussed about ribbon and the home tab. Inside the home tab, we have multiple options which help us format the way our cells look. So let us say that I type the word example here. Now, as you can see from here, the word example is typed under Calibri font. And you can see that the size of the font is 11. And if I want to customize it, it is absolutely totally customizable. And I can just click on the cell and click on the drop down menu here and choose the font that I want. Let us say that I choose the font called Arial and I increase the font size by pressing this button. And you can see that from 11 it goes to 12. Likewise, if I want to reduce the font size, I can press this button and get it reduced. All right. Likewise, there are multiple other options for me to present my data in a much more presentable manner. Let us say that I want this particular cell to the content of the cell to look in a bold fashion. For that, I have a button called B, which stands for bold, and the moment I press that button, it turns into completely bold. Yes, all right. Likewise, I also have multiple options like italics and also underline. Not just a single underline, I also have an option to do a double underline. You can see that the moment I double click that particular button to double click, I get a double underline. And once I click the button once again, you can see that the double underline goes away. All right, I put it back there. All right. Now, the next option that we have here is borders. Now you can see that the cell is not having any kind of borders here. If you would like to add a border, in this case, I'm going to be choosing all borders. The moment I click all borders, you can see that the cell is completely surrounded by borders. You have multiple options like bottom only border, top only border, left, right, etc. You have umpteen number of options from which you can choose. You can also choose to have a thicker border if you decide so. All right. Now, the next option that we have is a fill. Fill means giving a color to the cell like what we have given here. For example, if I want to give this green color, all I need to do is press this particular fill button and the color gets filled. Likewise, I also have an option to change the color of my font to any color that I desire. Let's say that I want a red color. I can just click on the red and the red color gets applied. All right. What is this? Right now, in front of us, what you can see is a subsection called alignment. Alignment, as the word suggests, the word means that we can align the text or number that is inside the cell the way we want to. We have three options here and three options here. Let us look at it one by one. First, let us look at this particular option that says align to the left. The moment we click align left, there is no visible changes. That is because the cells is already aligned to the left. Now, if we click align right, you can see that the text immediately shifts to the right. And if you click align center, you can see that your text shifts to the center immediately. Likewise, you have another option to align your text to the middle of your cell's height. For example, if I press this button, right now the text is in the bottom portion of the cell. However, if I press this button, you can see that the text immediately shifts to the middle. Likewise, if I want it to be aligned to the top, I can click this. And if I want it to the bottom of the cell, I can click this. Let me put it back to the center. All right. Now, if we want an angular rotation, we can choose that as well. And for that, we need to choose this, which is called the orientation button. And if I type like this, if I click that, you can see that there is an angular orientation that is given to the text. All right. You also have options like vertical, where the text is written totally vertically, and you can also put it like this. There are multiple options from which you can choose. All right. Let me put it back. Yes. The next option that you have is called indent. The word indent means you can choose to push your text away from the borders of the cell or towards the near, you can pull it towards the border. Let us try this option. See, when I'm trying to increase the intent, you can see that the text is moving away from the borders. Likewise, if you're decreasing the intent, the opposite thing happens. All right. Now let us try to understand what is this wrap text. Let us say that there is a long word. Let me go to sheet 2. There is a long word, or let us say there is a long sentence. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. All right. Now, if we want the entire sentence to be included in this cell, you can see that this is flowing through other cells. If you don't want that to happen, you can just adjust the row height for including the entire sentence, and just all you need to do is click it. The moment you click it, you can see that the row's height gets adjusted to include the entire sentence. That is the use of a wrap text. All right. Now let us go to the next thing called merge and center. Now, what is a merge and center? Let us say that we are having an accounting document like a balance sheet, and we have two entries called debit and credit. Let us say that both of these belong to financial year 21-22, and we want the header to be common. So what we can do is select both these cells and click on this merge and center, and you can see that the cell immediately merges together. What has actually happened is that cell G1 and H1 merges together to be one big cell. This is called the merge and center. All right. What is this now? Now we have multiple options under the formatting. Let us say that you are having a text that sometimes a text can be something like this: a name, it can be currency, it can be number, or it can be date, it can be time, so on and so forth. So Excel allows us to format a particular cell, which means that Excel tells that particular cell that you are formatted like a name, or let us say you are formatted as a currency, not as a name, I'm sorry, as a currency. For example, 100 can be just a number, or you can also put it as dollars. This is called a currency formatting. Likewise, if I type something like 100, if I want it to be a number, I can choose it to be a number from here. Likewise, if I want a date, let us say 1st Jan 2021, I can put it as a date. I can choose to put it as a date, and there it goes, 1/1/2021. Or you can also put it as a long date, where you even get the day and the month is displayed in full. All right. So there are multiple options uh, for formatting the particular cell. Likewise, if we move to the next thing, we see something called as styles. As far as formatting is concerned, we have multiple options, and conditional formatting is one of the most useful color coding options, automatic dynamic color coding options that we have in Excel, which we'll be discussing in detail. Further, there are multiple options to play with your cells. Like for example, under this cells sub option, you have an option to increase, insert a row in between or insert a column in between. For example, if I choose this particular column and if I want to insert a column in between, all I need to do is just click on this and you can see that a column gets added immediately. Likewise, you can also use this delete option to delete those columns. All right. Now let us say that you want to increase the column width automatically. You can or adjust the column width automatically. You can go inside this format and click this. All right. So that's all for this formatting video, guys. We'll be meeting you shortly with another video on filters, sorts, etc. So keep watching.